because I've actually made $1 million myself. I'm self-made. I'm self-made on this internet. So yes, I can give a perspective from where I can see content creators, YouTubers, battle rappers making more money on YouTube where they started at.
I guess Hassan Campbell was talking about battle rap. You know, he's popping on the internet now. So he believes that he can understand how to get battle rappers more bread. I guess with whatever he said, he offended the ex-battle rap league owner, ARP. And he's the owner of RBE, Rare Breed Entertainment. So we're going to get into it, and we're going to see exactly what was said.
I'm energized, women lie, on God, numbers don't. Started talking power moves, that's right, when she got close.
Young, the one who do it, numbers don't lie, that's the movement. Now let's get to it.
You know, it's no fucking different in here, B. It's no fucking different. Hassan Campbell don't know. Right. So it's easy for somebody from the outside looking in and says, Geechi Gotti's in jail right now. Y'all are $1 billion industry. If I had access to y'all, I would make millions off of y'all. And I'm offended by that because he almost makes it sound like the other league owners that come through battle rap and actually know what they're doing, you know, as if we pillaged the battle rappers. You know, as if somebody like me hasn't taken a shit of losses while because it was making money off of my money. When I spend it to put it together, I go home in the red and you go home in the fucking green. The Hassan Campbell don't know what the talking about. He's from the outside looking in.
Facts. So just to add to that, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Speaking of this whole situation came up because of Geechi Gotti. I actually had the opportunity to talk to Geechi Gotti when I was throwing events, putting events together, which was literally, I was throwing events literally last year. I'm getting back into it now. Been doing it for about 3 years in LA because I'm from New York, but I've been doing it for about 3 years in LA. But yeah, when I was chopping it up with Geechi Gotti, I know how to make money off of parties. I know how to make money off of like rap events. I know how to make money off of like comedy shows. So I'm doing all of these marketplaces, you know, where there's a whole bunch of vendors that pop out. But battle rap, it's a little rougher. You know what I mean? If you're not really from that shit, if you don't do it on a daily, even if you do it on a daily, you might fuck around and lose your money. So I understand what he's saying with that. What he said, he put all his money into that. And then people might run off with some shit. You know what I mean? That makes sense to me.
And he's looking at the talent, which is stellar.
Pause for a second. I'm not just looking at the talent. I'm looking at the internet, these YouTube streets. I'm looking at something called the algorithm. The algorithm is not being fed. The algorithm works 24 hours a day. Y'all not putting out 24 hours worth of content when you have enough people to create content. See, I'm a nigga that can sit up there and speak and say what I'm saying because I've actually made $1 million myself. I'm self-made. I'm self-made on this internet. So yes, I can give a perspective from where I can see content creators, YouTubers, battle rappers making more money on YouTube where they started at. Yes, I have a right to be able to sit up there and say, I see avenues and see ways that I can make money and I can eat off of them the same way you're eating off of them. But continue on.
To cover the leagues more than, cover the battle rappers more than. You said if you have access to them, you would make millions. You do have access to them. They're just private contractors. Call them. Bluffing. And you don't know shit. Goods, don't big up no Hassan Campbell like that because he shouted out a couple names. Hassan Campbell still got a Goof Troop legacy. That's a guy that did interviews talking about this. 5 of us in this room. One of us is the same guy that put.
Hold up. Let's pause right there. When I was in that room with Akademiks, I never said it was 5 of us. You said it was 5 of us. In that room, there was 100 niggas. At that table, Akademiks, me, right? Akademiks, me, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Akademiks had a get off me case, a get off me investigation. Tekashi 6ix9ine had a get off me case. What are you talking about? But it's niggas like you.
I ain't gonna lie though. The names he just said, yeah, you was sitting in a room with a bunch of goofies, man. Ain't no real niggas looking at them niggas and being like, yo, they solid. It's just not happening. I'm sorry. Akademiks, 6ix9ine, and then some people don't rock with you, Hassan. So you know what I mean? He might have had a point there. You know what I mean? If that's what you call legendary.
Take the truth and flipped it, right? Because that's what you just did. So when y'all seen that video, y'all wasn't looking at the 100 niggas that was behind the camera that was standing there. That's what y'all missed out on, and y'all over.
Yo, how can you actually look at the 100 niggas behind the camera? That don't even make sense, bro. Yo, this nigga is funny, bro. How you gonna look at the 100 niggas that we can't see, that we don't know? We watching the screen facing y'all. We watching the video facing y'all. And you talking about 100 niggas behind the scenes that you did not mention. You just mentioning this for the first time. Keep it a buck.
Look, the fact that Tekashi had a case already and so did Akademiks. Now, did I just make my point, or did you just try to make me look stupid?
I think he made the point that you sitting chilling with dudes that could be referred to as goofies. So when you associate with that, you can kind of be called the same thing. Like, you open to that evaluation. Whoever you hang out with, whoever your circle is, it reflects on you. You can't act like that's not a fact. Like, that's not true. If niggas see you hanging out with a snitch, they're gonna be like, yo, what's up with bro? Because that's a reflection on you, because you hanging out with that guy. If they see you hanging out with a pedophile, yo, what's up with you, bro? Why are you hanging out with bro? You gonna look crazy. So your company that you keep, it does mean something, man. It does mean something. Let's not get that twisted.
Put it in the comments section. Put it in the comments section. That's why you can't look at videos that has been manipulated and edited. You can call me a goof, right? But was Geechi Gotti a goof when he decided to go rob a pharmacy? Why he didn't call you up and say, yo, can you?
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's questionable. I don't really know what his circumstances is, but I was really confused. Like, why are you all the way in Ohio when you from California robbing some shit that you had? Like, the dudes that he was with, if y'all seen the video with Geechi Gotti, I ain't gonna lie, it looked all of them dudes look like straight demons, straight zombies. Look like this is just what they do. He was the only one that had a light on him. He was the only one that looked like he's not supposed to be doing that. For real. Like, when I looked at the situation, I'm like, yo, he the only person. I could see the thoughts running through his mind when he's sitting there and he got snatched up. It's like, what the fuck? What was I thinking, bro? Why did I do this situation? This made no sense. Everyone else looked like, yo, another one about to do this little bid, you know what I'm saying? That's what they look like.
Front me some money for the next battle so I don't have to go rob and steal somebody's prescriptions. There's somebody sick that was out there that needed their medication, and that nigga was so down and out, couldn't turn to nobody, that he went and took sick people medicine. But I'm the goof. See, when I broke down on the internet, or rather in the middle of those projects, it got shot and went to the hospital. Some of y'all said I didn't get shot.
Did he say somebody was sick, that he had to steal the medication for somebody? I don't know if he just said that.
Took sick people medicine. But I'm the goof. See,
hold on.
I don't have to go rob and steal somebody's prescriptions. There's somebody sick that was out there that needed their medication, and that nigga was so down and out, couldn't turn to nobody, that he went and took sick people medicine. But I'm the—
I think what he's saying is he was taken from the sick people. I don't think he's saying the medication was for somebody that needed it in his family or something like that. I got it twisted a little bit. He was just talking too fast. But proceed, Hassan, proceed.
The goof? See, when I broke down on the internet, or rather in the middle of those projects, it got shot and went to the hospital. Some of y'all said I didn't get shot. Some of y'all said I did. But one thing I do know is I woke up with damn near $100,000 in the next day in my cash app. Who's the goof? When I cry, the crowd wipe away my tears. Because that's what it's all about. See, in real life, you would never say the things that what you're saying on the internet. Anybody that really knows me, you wouldn't say that to my face and walk away with your teeth. We're not even built the same like that. I've been to jail for multiple bodies in jail. You a battle rap league nigga. But it ain't even about that. Because I don't understand why you decided to get so violent. Why did you take something so personal? Because the battle rappers that you employ started having conversations and they realized that, you know, you dudes that's supposed to be their bosses, you're not treating them niggas right. They feeling some type of way. Oh yeah, they been feeling some type of way. That's why you took it so personal and got so salty, because I don't even know you and never even said anything about you. When I think of battle rap, I think about not you, my nigga. But I get it. You came into smack world, you copied the style, but you couldn't copy the respect. That's why you sit up here on the internet talking about you put money into battles and niggas left with the bag and you was in the rag. That's not my...
Yo, but if people really did that, if there was battle rappers really doing that, which I heard is a fact, that's factual, that battle rappers was actually taking money, you know, setting up battles and just running off with the bread, scamming smaller leagues and all of that shit. Shouldn't they be accountable for their actions? Like, for real, if we talking about business, if we talking about making something commercial, whatever you do, if we're in the same ring, in the same arena, you affecting me. You're affecting my business. So it does have to get to the point where battle rappers are actually checking other battle rappers. That's the only way we gonna see this shit really take off to the next level. Cause right now, I'll be honest, like I've been watching this shit. I've been watching battle rap since back in the day. And it's just not, it's not the same, man. This shit is watered down to me. A lot of these niggas is really like, it's a lot of weirdos now that be rapping. But I come from the era back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when niggas was outside, getting it busy in the streets, Murder Mook, T-Rex, you know what I mean? I'm from New York. I'm from the real shit where I would go outside and I was battle rapping before battle rap even popped off. And Fight Club, all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? So you couldn't just be a soft, fake-ass nigga trying to rap and coming up with all this fake-ass shit. But I'm getting off topic. I'm going to get back to that later.
My fault that I could see other ways of making money off of battle rappers than you. I just don't indulge in battle rap because it's not my thing. I would love to work with some of them battle rappers and get some bread. If I've made $1 million off of me, you think I can't make $1 million off of them? That's your fault if you can't see where I can see merchandise at. That's your fault when you can't see where I can see them doing podcasts.
I feel him though. I feel Hassan, and I actually feel ARP on this joint too. I feel ARP and I feel Hassan. ARP definitely is gonna feel like you're bluffing because you're not coming from the same background. You've never actually dealt with none of these people. You've never done anything for them. And you've had the opportunity, you've had your platform for a long time. You've been on the internet for a minute and you've only promoted yourself. So what that tells me, I mean, me being a smart business person, if a nigga only knows how to, like, just because you know how to show yourself and promote yourself and make money off yourself, it doesn't mean that that's going to translate to the next person who's in a field that you have no idea about. So I can kind of see both. I see both angles, but then I also see ARP, where he was a struggling battle rap league owner, obviously, because he stopped doing it. If it was working out very well, I think he would continue to do it. He would still be doing that shit today. So some things must have been wrong, and he must have not been able to come back from those things. So maybe both of them are right in a way, though, because he has to have some kind of intellect and some kind of expertise when it comes to battle rap, because he's done it for a long time. I think he was doing battle rap for at least like 10 years. And he was competing with Smack. But, you know, it's ups and downs in business. Everything that looks great isn't always great. I know for me, sometimes I'm throwing a big ass event. It's like 700 people in the building. It looks beautiful. We got all these different brands. And it looks like we making money, like we clocking dollars, because some of the spots is like 1,500. It's 1,500 for a slot, but you breaking it down with so many people. You breaking that money down with so many people. And I think a lot of people that watch battle rap, they don't really understand what goes into all of that shit. Think about it. If you got to fly somebody out, if you got to pay for their hotel, you know what I'm saying? Pay for their food, pay for the venue, pay for a fucking person that's going to do the sound, pay for a person that's going to break everything down. All the, you know, it's just so many, the security. I could go on and on and on and on. There's so many different fees that probably come with that. I've never actually done the battle rap, like I said, but I've done events. Make sure y'all go back, check the whole video, tap in. We'll be back real shortly. You already know, Numbers Don't Lie Network. Like, subscribe, hit that Cash App if you didn't already. We about to have a lot more things coming through. I'm gonna bring a lot of guests on and all of that.